Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. This tutorial is Kelly, inspired by Kelly Rowland's motivation look. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I did try a different format with this one. So this one is no voiceover required. It is just straightforward me and makeup. So you guys have to tell me what you think because I'm really looking forward to hearing what you think about the new format. But otherwise, I hope you guys really like this tutorial and be motivated. Thanks so much for tuning in. Alright, so since I've already moisturized, I'm just going to start with my foundation. And I'm using a beauty blender sponge. I'm just going to dab a little bit of this onto the sponge, kind of in these little areas here, and then start blending out. And there's a lot of different schools of thought on whether you should do concealer or foundation first. I like to start out with foundation, that way you can see what it's going to cover. So now, since I'm doing the concealer second, we'll come back in with the Smashbox concealer. I'm actually going to use a MAC 217 brush to blend this. Using this more as a highlighter this time. And by using this brush, you can really just blend it out so there are any obvious lines of demarcation. And place concealer here to kind of lift the eye. Of the mouth, and again I'm just kind of blending it out. I really want a three-dimensional face, and layering products is really what a lot of the stars do to really give them that oomph that you see in the photos, because the camera flash is definitely an enemy, because it makes everything go flat and small. So this is a great way to add some life and also bring it here in the inner corners. And these are all things that you can do for your everyday makeup application, or when you're getting ready for a night out on town. Alright, so now we're on to the eyes, and I am using MAC's Paint Pot and Painterly, which in my kit I call Good Old Faithful, just because it will work with any color. I'm just taking this with my finger and dabbing it onto the lid. So next, now that I've got my Painterly on, the base, I'm going to go in with this MAC shade, which is Fig. It's a matte purple, really deep, nice, highly pigmented purple. Dab a little bit onto the hand and then just go onto the lid. Whenever I apply shadow, I like to dab it onto the back of my hand first before applying it to my client or myself, just to make sure that I don't get too much, because you can always go in and add, and if you do happen to get too much, you can usually blend it out and try to fix it, but it's just easier to build on color than to try to take away from it. So Cat. I'm actually just going to put this on the center of the lid, right there. is a deeper shade of purple by Makeup Forever. I'm gonna bring this in the corner. And just kind of work it into the crease from the outer corner going inward. All the way to the inner corner of the eye. I'll actually come back, believe it or not, with my trusty 217 by MAC and kind of blend that color outward towards the outer edge of the brow. For my liner, I'm applying Clinique's gel liner, black gel liner, and I'm actually using a MAC 266 angle brush for this. So I smudged a little bit out here with the gel liner. I'm actually gonna go over that with this black matte shadow from my Alcone palette, but you could use, you know, any black shadow that is matte. I'm not going for the shimmer just yet. And then I'm just gonna bring that in. MAC's Brow Pencil in Spite. This is a slightly bit deeper than my actual, well, it's not too much deeper than my actual brow color, but I'm just coming in and filling in the sparse areas. And I will work on doing a tutorial just about brows so you can kind of see, you know, how to typically do brows. She does have a little bit of a heavier brow than I do. Just a little bit thicker. So I'm going to kind of embellish my own brow a little bit. So for lashes, I have these babies. And you always, on yourself or on your clients, want to make sure that you size your lashes, and I'll do one on lashes too. So I'm gonna put these babies on and be right back. BRB. Alright, so now we've got our lashes on, and the next step is add the glam factor. I know, you thought we were already glammed up, right? So I'm going in with this Studio Gear brush here. I'm going to wet my brush a little bit of water, just a little bit, you don't need a whole lot, and then dip it into my MAC glitter micro pigment here. And I'm gonna dab a little bit of this onto the center of the lid here. So this is what takes this look from shab to fab. And now I'm going to warm up the skin because she's got a really sculpted look. So I'm coming in with this black opal and beautiful bronze, but I'm going to use my finger to go into my cheekbones and really adding warmth and sculpting the cheeks in one fell swoop. The Matte Bronze by MAC. And take it up a notch. Even again, just kind of bringing it down a little bit because it is such a sculpted look. Definitely not something you'll do for every look, but you know, it's Kelly Rowland. Gotta stay motivated, right? So this is Vino Lip Liner by MAC that I'm applying. Is this Vino? No, this is actually Current, I'm sorry. Current, correction. This is Current Lip Liner by MAC. Now, in case you're wondering why I didn't put any traditional blush on the cheek, she really, oftentimes when people do such a dramatic sculpted look, they don't always do blush. So that is why it's missing from this application, in case you were wondering. The Makeup Forever's lipstick here in number 15. This is a really pretty purple. And now I'm coming in with Illamasqua's lip gloss in Tantrum.